One old family scrapbook almost cracked open the world's most guarded fried chicken secret. No hackers, no spies, no corporate rivals, just a scrapbook sitting in a drawer in Corbin, Kentucky. Inside it, 11 herbs and spices hidden for over 80 years, written on the back of a woman's last will and testament. When a nephew flipped that page open for a newspaper reporter, KFC's entire empire nearly cracked open with it. Stick around, because this story has a concrete vault, an armored car, and a robot that ends up inside a nuclear bunker. Here's the short version before we go any deeper. In August 2016, Colonel Sanders' own nephew, Joe Ledington, showed a Chicago Tribune reporter a handwritten recipe. He'd found it inside his Aunt Claudia's old scrapbook. 11 spices, mixed with 2 cups of white flour.
He told the reporter it was the real formula, the actual one. KFC panicked, denied it publicly. The internet lost its mind for a week straight. For a few days, the biggest trade secret in fast food looked gone forever. Except here's what nobody talks about. The leak itself was never the real danger. The real story is everything KFC had already done years earlier to make sure this moment could never destroy them. So why did this recipe matter so much in the first place? Harlan Sanders wasn't a corporate executive. He was a broke roadside cook in Kentucky. That chicken recipe was basically his only real edge over every competitor around him. He never patented it, because a patent means publishing the formula for the whole world to copy. So instead, he handwrote it, locked it away, and built a myth around secrecy instead. Fast forward to today, and KFC turned that secrecy into a full-blown obsession. Only 2 executives on the planet know the complete recipe at any given time. Not even KFC's president, not the head chef, just 2 people total. Those 2 are reportedly banned from ever traveling on the same flight together.
Then there's the vault itself. It sits inside KFC's headquarters in Louisville, behind 2 feet of solid concrete. Cameras everywhere, motion sensors, watched 24 hours a day. Never digitized, never photocopied. By 2009, KFC decided even that vault wasn't secure enough. They handcuffed the recipe to a security expert, loaded it into an armored car, and moved it under police escort, just to upgrade the room. KFC's own president at the time admitted he was terrified of becoming the guy remembered for losing the recipe. Only one other food secret on the planet gets compared to this one: Coca-Cola's formula. KFC's blend is considered the second most protected recipe in the entire food industry. But the smartest trick isn't the vault, it's the supply chain. No single company on Earth makes the full spice blend. 2 separate suppliers each produce half the mixture. A third company blends those halves together by machine.
None of them ever sees the complete recipe as a whole, so even if someone bribed their way into a factory, they'd only walk away with half an answer. Now, back to 2016 and that scrapbook photo. When it went viral, KFC had exactly one move: deny it fast. Their statement was blunt. People had made this exact claim for decades. Nobody had ever been right. Notice something. They never confirmed or denied a single ingredient on that list. Even Ledington backed off days later, admitting he wasn't fully sure it was real. Okay, back to the question from the start. Was the recipe actually leaked or not? Ledington claimed one spice was the real secret weapon: white pepper. Back then, almost nobody cooking in Kentucky knew how to use it. Truthfully, we'll probably never know for certain if any of it was accurate. Turns out, it barely mattered either way, because a list of 11 spice names was never the entire secret to begin with. KFC's real formula
includes exact ratios, pressure frying times, breading technique, and oil temperature. None of that fits on the back of a scrapbook page. Copying 11 spice names isn't remotely the same as copying 80 years of technique.
And that's the actual reason KFC survived this entire scare. Mystery for this brand has always doubled as marketing. Every leak rumor, every "we cracked it" headline only fed the legend instead of killing it. By 2019, KFC leaned into that idea even harder. They shipped an encrypted copy of the recipe into a former nuclear bunker in Sweden, buried 100 feet underground behind a steel door built to survive a hydrogen bomb. A robot named Colonel Robocop delivered it there personally. Today, KFC isn't just surviving that scrapbook scare, it's thriving. Over 30,000 restaurants, more than 150 countries, more than $34 billion in sales every single year. Somewhere on Earth, a new KFC opens roughly every 3.5 hours. One scrapbook, one nephew. One almost leak that could have ended everything. And the empire it threatened is still standing, still frying, still guarding its secret. Because the real recipe was never just 11 spices. It was always about knowing exactly how far to go to